for your patience.
Certainly. Don Vonner for Verizon. The purpose of the job at hand is Donna Blake Park is to bring underground cables from the furthest pole on the left to the furthest pole on the right and get rid of the poles in the middle, bring all wiring underground, make it safer for everybody.
Okay. Are there any questions from the council on this petition? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On passage of the order, Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce, absent. Counselor Govan?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown, absent. Counselor Davila?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran, absent. Counselor Santinello?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield, absent. Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton?
Yes, more than sufficient. Order is approved. Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, item number 2.
Item number 2 is for a parking space at 309 Bridge Street.
Is anyone here to speak on this matter? Good evening, Mr. Crossett. Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Todd Crossett. I live at 7 Nordica Street in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm a co-owner of Granny's Baking Table on Bridge Street. This is a petition asking for approval to transform a parking space into an outdoor dining area. This is part of the ARPA grant, the federally funded grant for outdoor dining. It's on Bridge Street. Bridge Street is about 30 feet wide. It's what might be called a Strode. It's a very dangerous street. Our parking outdoor dining deck will narrow the road by 2 feet, making it a little safer for pedestrians. It enhances the cityscape. Ideally, it makes dining safer downtown, more fun. Any questions?
Any questions or comments from the council? Councilor Allen?
Yeah, I just have a question. Is this just for Granny's Baking Table, or is there also something for Osteria?
Councilor Allen, that's a great question. Osteria is following us. We were asked to apply for these, and there's many steps that we have to go through to get to this place that we're in right now. Osteria is like one step behind us. They have to go to the traffic commission. The one big difference here is that they have parking meters in front of their shop, and I just want to, and we don't. Ours is a free parking space that we will use, and I just want to emphasize that outdoor dining produces more tax revenue than the parking meters, so that really shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Govan?
Mr. Crockett, how would people know that it's your parking space? How will they know that it's your parking space for Granny's Table? Will it be marked?
Oh, it'll be a structure.
Oh, a structure.
Yeah, it's a structure with an awning, and it's outdoor dining deck.
I see. So, because I'm confused, that it says parking space, but it's actually an outdoor dining.
Yes, that
Setting that
goes
you want.
on the
Okay.
parking space. And
Oh, on the parking space.
I think
Perfect.
what you have to decide is whether that's a good use of the parking space.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
It's your property.
Yes. Well, it's our property. We're all city residents. But I think that's a great idea. Did you all get any money for outdoor dining from the ARPA grant?
We have.
You have? Okay, great.
Oh, we haven't taken any money yet because we want to make sure this is sustainable and then we get permitted. But we do have the contract.
Excellent.
But we're trying to be responsible in how we go about this.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilor Davila?
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening. Thank you for being here. And I enjoy your pastries. They're
Thank you
quite
very
good, I
much.
have to say. So I just want to make sure that I understand this correctly, because I was a little bit thinking what Councilor Govan was thinking. So what you want to do is in front of your location, you want to put on the street on the parking spaces, outdoor dining.
Yes, sir.
And how many tables is that?
It's about 3 tables. I don't know what you're looking at, but
I don't know if yes, that's what they send us, unless I'm looking at the wrong.
yeah,
Do you have a
sometimes
rendering?
what the city sends isn't quite accurate.
I like your candor. Thank you. Okay. So how many, so this is what, like 12 people? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Or 12 people? Okay.
It's-
And, right, and so how many parking spaces will be removed then?
That's a really interesting question, because the 2 parking spaces that are in front of our shop are 20 feet long.
Okay.
And they were for handicapped folks that actually, when it was a tailor shop, the owners used that as their own space, so they're quite long. So it's about 10 and a half feet wide and 20 feet long. With the Jersey barriers, it will go into the next parking spot, but that's also very long. It's a 20-foot long one, so we don't
Right.
take.
And if you allow me, so I'm just trying to think of the street. So from the curve itself, how far out are you going to go? How far into the street are you going?
So we will take up the parking space, and the Jersey barriers will go just beyond that parking space. We'll be, so it's a complicated engineering feat, because the road has not been scraped. It's got a huge arch in it. So in order for us to make it work, we're going to go up on the sidewalk a couple feet to make it flat. But we're ADHD compliant in everything that we're doing.
Is this going to be seasonal, or is this going to be all year round?
It's seasonal, so we have to take it down every winter and put it back up in the spring. So we have to find storage. We also have to do that with the Jersey barriers as well.
Okay. I just have 2 more questions so that I can let my other colleagues ask questions. So it's going to be seasonal, and I believe you say Osteria is following suit, correct? And they're going to have similar
Ideally.
concept.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. President, I just have a last question for Phil, if he's here.
Sure. Phil?
Good evening, Phil. Thank you. So we were just talking about 309 Bridge Street, and the petitioner just told me that, correct me if I'm not mistaken, so 20 feet, you said?
20 feet wide, 10 feet wide, 20 feet length. We're about 8 feet into the road.
Okay. So, Phil, how many parking spaces are we losing with that configuration?
What was the question?
How many parking spaces are going to be removed with that configuration that the petitioner just gave us?
20 by 10?
Yeah, because if I understand this correctly,
Well, I mean,
we're taking the parking spots, so they
A
can...
regular parking space is 18 by 9.5?
Okay.
Yeah.
So would be only one parking
Yeah,
space going to
basically
be
one
losing?
parking spot, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if it's parallel parking, they tend to be a little longer, because the car's
Okay.
got to get in there. So you're not losing more than one space.
Okay, okay, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Okay. Counselor Santinello?
To the chair, you're going to be serving alcohol?
No, sir. We're
You're
a
not.
bakery.
What's that?
We're a bakery. We don't serve alcohol, so we don't have any of those issues that some of the other restaurants have down there.
All right, so you're not going to apply for any alcohol in the future? You don't plan on it, right?
I
'Cause
don't
you're a
plan
baker.
on it.
All right.
Our croissants are good enough.
I can attest to that.
I can vouch for that, Mr. President.
Okay. Seeing no further comment,
got
Madam Clerk,
Mike.
will you, Counselor Allen.
Just, if you don't mind, so I was at your place last week, as I tend to do a couple times a month, and it says you're on winter break, and come back, so you're fully intending to go back and open up again, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, approximately when will that be?
We're,
Just
Counselor Allen,
approximately.
approximately April 1st.
All right.
We're taking the winter off.
Great.
It might be sooner. It's under discussion.
All right, great, thank you. I gotta know when I'm gonna walk over there, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Seeing no further discussion, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on approval of the parking space.
Counselor Walsh? Counselor Walsh, can you hear me?
Counselor Walsh, can you hear us? Okay. We only need 7 votes for this one, Madam Clerk, so why don't we count Counselor Walsh as absent for now? Let's get through this vote, and then we'll talk about what to do on the special permits.
Counselor Walsh? Absent. Counselor Allen?
Yes,
Yes. Counselor Delgado?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Click Bruce? Absent. Counselor Govan?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Brown? Absent. Counselor Davila?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Curran? Absent. Counselor Santinello?
Will you please call Counselor Santinello again, please?
Counselor Santinello?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Whitfield? Absent. Counselor Perez? Absent. Counselor Fenton?
Yes, more than sufficient. Parking space petition is approved. Okay. Madam Clerk, we are going to have, it is 7:31. We are going to give it till 7:35 to see if we can figure out this technical difficulty. And if we can't, then we're going to continue these items to the next hearings meeting. I will also tell the petitioners who are here that with the remote participants participating, we have 9 members of the council present, and short of other members attending remotely and being able to connect, you would need unanimous vote of all councilors, remote and in person, to get your special permit petitions approved. There are at least 3 items that remain on the agenda which are not going to have all members present participating. Councilor Santinello was not a member of the council when the hearing for item number 3 and item number 4 was originally conducted. So he will not be able to participate in that because he hasn't had an opportunity to review the testimony in the remote video. Councilor Delgado is in a similar situation, but he did receive my email that only went out earlier this morning, and he was able to view the video and fill out the necessary affidavit and file it with the city clerk. So items 3 and 4, without Councilor Santinello, we would only have 8 councilors present and would not be able to act on those petitions tonight unless another councilor joins the session. And then with respect to the last item, item number 6, myself and Councilor Allen have respective conflicts with our employers, me with the law firm representing the petitioner, and Councilor Allen with the property owner, Springfield College. So we won't be participating in that. And unless we have additional councilors present, that would leave only 7 participating councilors, of which you need 9. So want to just explain to everybody the sensitivity of having all the remote participants available and able to hear, because without that, we really can't conduct business tonight. So with that, we're going to give a 2-minute recess to give Focus Springfield some more time to try and sort this out with Councilor Walsh and Councilor Perez. If we can, it would seem to me like the only other business we can conduct tonight would be item number 5, which would be 1267 Boston Road on that basis. So we'll stand in recess for 2 minutes.